It would help if we could decide here and now on your name.
My name?
Yes, ma'am. Your regnal name. That is the name you will take as queen.
Let's not overcomplicate matters unnecessarily. My name is Elizabeth.
Hi guys, I'm Camila for the fan carpet, and here we are at the Crown premiere at Odeon Leicester Square. The big question is, how does it feel to you to feel this absolute, to do this absolutely legendary role?
Really great, just sort of my job, and I love my job, and so I think Peter Morgan's script is extraordinary. I think the characters are amazing, and the scenes and the dialogue and the costumes and the makeup is all amazing, so really it's just like the pinnacle of what you could ask to do, really.
Well, we did a lot of research, a lot of video footage, a lot of audio footage. We sort of read as much as we could, and then we rehearsed, and then we just tried to sort of immerse ourselves as much as possible in the world and the tone and the context of everything, socially, politically, all of it.
In the end, you do your very best. I wasn't there, I wasn't even alive. But I've got, a team of full-time researchers, and sometimes if you can't get accuracy, you can get truth, and I've always gone for the underlying truth, even if I'm not able to get it absolutely right with accuracy sometimes, because you don't know. What were they wearing, what were they doing, and so forth.
As an actress, did you feel any pressure dealing with obviously a real-life person, but not only that, a member of the royal family?
Well, yes, I would. I'm very lucky that mine was dead already. A huge pressure, and I think the others felt a terrific pressure playing people who are actually living today, and there it is, but you get on with it and you're an actor and you do the script and you hope you're getting the essence of the person.
Yeah, it feels thrilling, because as a writer, of course, it starts with just one person in a room with a typewriter or a computer, and then you end up with something like this, which is really wonderful, really thrilling.
Good question. She's a very, I hate to say it, but normal woman. She's had a very sheltered life. She loves the countryside, she loves horses, she loves dogs, she loves her husband. He's sort of the centre of her universe. She loves her children, and I think her dream would be to live in a house in the countryside in Windsor and to cook for her children and ride her horses and have her dogs. That would be her dream, and unfortunately that's not the case. She lives in the spotlight. She's constantly, everywhere she goes, someone takes her picture. She's admired for something that she thinks isn't, very admirable, and I just think, it's the complete antithesis of what she is like as a person that she's asked to do.
What do you look forward to seeing here at the Crown premiere tonight?
I'm very excited to meet the cast and the crew of The Crown. I've seen the first 2 episodes and they're fantastic. They're really, really, really interesting. There's a great relevance of this part of history to me as an Indian, and so it's very interesting for me to know and watch it, because I know what was parallelly happening in India at that time. So it's really, really interesting for me. So yeah, it's such a well-made and superbly performed series that I'm looking forward to watching it on a big screen.
It's a story about an extraordinary family, and it's that's rooted in our modern history. And when you look into the details of it, it's incredibly dramatic. And in a weird way, there's some sort of parallels between the kind of the sort of great American stories, like in terms of the American classic of The Godfather or something like that. There's in some way this sort of encapsulates the history of Britain and its relationship with the decline of the empire, and it's sort of reimagining and it's redefining itself within the modern world, which is what she had to do.
What was it like to work with this stellar cast?
It was heavenly. I can't tell you, every morning to know that you weren't going to have to deal with somebody who maybe wasn't so good, but everyone was so... And it makes people, the atmosphere is much better when everybody knows that everyone's good. It doesn't make it competitive. You all relax and think, oh, this is great, everyone's good. So, it's a great joy.
Oh my God, so much. I mean, I think so much. I mean, Eileen Atkins, Victoria Hamilton, Jared Harris, John Lithgow, Matt Smith, I mean, Jeremy Northam, the list is sort of endless. It's just absolute, it's like a company of theatre actors. It's just so amazing, so amazing.
Stephen Daldry is a wonderful director, and he has done many successful theatre plays, and he created a company, a very good cooperative ensemble, and it was great fun. You know, you really enjoyed showing up to set every day. You know, there was no mistakes. There were just better ideas.
Particularly Matt. I mean, Matt is like just made the job for me. He's just amazing and such a spontaneous actor, and I can't think of anyone who could have played that part. He's really masculine but vulnerable. He's got so much humour, and he's just a wonderful person to be around. I just love going to work with him. He's amazing.
Claire is, just technically as an actress, she's right up there, and I've had the good fortune to work with people like Helen Mirren, as you know, and Claire is right up there. She's going to be one of our real greats.
Well, I'm a very lucky woman. I'm really very lucky woman to be as old as I am and still got a very good part in such a terrific series. I mean, it was just heavenly. So I was very happy to be able to work for Stephen and to be in something so first class. You know, there isn't that many parts as you get older, and this is first class stuff.
What do you think the appeal is when people look at the royal British family?
I think in England people have so much, whatever feelings they have, they're so intense. The attachment is very intense, it's very emotional. And I think India has such a huge history with Britain, and the effect of colonialism has not completely gone off. So there is a lot of relevance, and so the appeal is of intensity, like there is intensity in that, in whatever appeal people would have.
I don't know, it's a very good question. I ask people the same question actually. I think, I don't know, I think they've managed to maintain their mystique somehow, which I think is a very rare and difficult thing to do in this modern age, especially with all these cameras and people uploading things on the internet and stuff. So I think that has something to do with it. But I ask people the same question, so I really don't know is the truth.
That's the job, really. I mean, the job is to tell the story. So I decided to tell the first decade would be season 1. So season 1 spans 1947 to 57. So really from her wedding to the Suez conflict or the imminent outbreak of war. That's season 1. Season 2 we're filming, which then takes us to 1964.
What has been the reaction so far of the people who have watched it?
So far, people seem to like it, and they seem to be very moved by it, which is really nice,
There was a moment in our history where a very close-knit family were not born to be the royal family, but because of the application became the royal family. And a young girl who was expecting much a life as a naval officer's wife, maybe for another 15 or 20 years. His father died, became the head of our royal family, and it's a struggle for her survival as an individual, as a family, and indeed us as a country at a time of incredible change and austerity and challenge. And she has navigated herself through 12 prime ministers and become the most popular monarch that we've ever had. And it's an extraordinary tale and of an extraordinary woman, of an extraordinary family in extraordinary times. So why wouldn't we tell it? Especially at a moment where we have decided as a nation, perhaps our journey and our future doesn't rely in what should have been our course, which is towards Europe, but towards some other sense of England. So what is this England that we are relying on? What is this England that we believe in? And what is this constitutional monarchy that seems so important to us? It feels like a subject that is of vital importance to me right at the moment.
So we've rubbed shoulders with royalty here at the premiere of The Crown at Odeon, Leicester Square. Please check us out on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and stay tuned for more.
Win. Must always win.